Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the finale of my X-Men the Animated Series, the Dark Phoenix Saga HeroClix unboxing series. So far, today has actually been kind of light on new figures, which is to be expected. In fact, going through the cards, I've got every common, and I'm only missing one uncommon when it comes to the standard figures. Probably most of what we're going to be seeing with new figures is either rare or super rare standard figures or colossals. So let's continue on then. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what I'm happy about here in a second. Alrighty. What did I got something really cool. Okay, so got Avalanche. Got another Friend of Humanity. Got another Magneto. And another Belladonna. Like I said, these today has actually been really light in the way of previously unlooked at stuff. Yeah. Now, what was I was really stoked about, though? Oh, you're about to see it. You can't really have a set that focuses on the Dark Phoenix Saga without having the Dark Phoenix herself. I love this piece. And seriously, if I had like an office job, this would probably be kept at the office on display, or I would just get a second one to keep on display at the office. Okay, let's get them both on their... Okay. And it's of note, both of the... I just got two rares out of a booster. Because Dark Phoenix is a super rare, is a rare colossal, and Avalanche is a rare. So yeah, that's two rares. Not complaining. So not complaining. I would. Distribution set-wise has actually been weird in a good way a lot lately. For example, we've had quite often things are popping up where there are boosters popping up with rares and super rares in them. It wasn't... when I got my case of Rebirth, I was not entirely surprised that I pulled a prime out of one of the boosters, and one chase out of each, or a prime out of one brick and a chase out of each brick. Normally, it's actually you get a prime in one and a chase in the other, and the fact that we got a prime colossal and a prime standard figure out of this case kind of makes me think that there's not a chase in there, but we'll see. Alright, so let's get a look at Avalanche. Avalanche is a long-standing member of the Brotherhood, dating back to the 80s. He has earthquake powers, simply put. Anyway, Avalanche comes in at 50 points. He's got the Brotherhood team ability as well as the Brotherhood mutants and Freedom Force keywords, but much like Pyro there. He's got the My Mutant Brothers and Sisters trait. So if he has a token removed from him other than by means other than normal clearing, he can heal one click. So looking at the dial, we open up with, well, on speed we got a full run of sidestep. Okay, this is followed by a special power on attack to start things off. Split the Earth, Quake. When Avalanche uses it, you may choose that he has Giant Reach 4, or after resolutions, he can use Barrier at no cost. Okay, alright. That then gives way to regular Quake. On defense, he's got Toughness, followed by, for a few clicks, followed by a couple clicks of Barrier, and on damage, he's got a full run of the special power. It all comes crumbling down. As a free action, you may destroy a piece of blocking terrain within range. He's got a range of 4, so that's not, it's not terrible. Alright, moving on to the Dark Phoenix. Let's get another look at this. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. Alright. So, Dark Phoenix comes in at 900 points, 600 points, 300 points, or 30 points. Has the Power Cosmic team ability, as well as the Hellfire Club, Phoenix Force, X-Men, and Cosmic keywords. And we got ourselves a trait, Feeding on Life Forces. When Dark Phoenix KOs an opposing character, or an opposing character takes 4 or more damage from her attack, after resolutions, heal her one click. She may heal past her starting lines this way, but can't be healed in any other way. Oh boy. Well, at least it's not going to be easy to do that with her Colossal Retaliation click, but still. Oof. Okay, so looking at the dial. Yeah. Okay, on speed, we start off with a couple clicks of hypersonic speed, then a couple clicks of running shot, a couple more hypersonic, a couple more running shot, a click of sidestep, a couple more hypersonic, a couple running shots, a couple sidesteps, a couple more hypersonic, a few running shot, a couple more hypersonic, and a few sidesteps to wrap things up. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of Precision Strike, followed by a couple clicks of Penetrate Psychic Blast. Then, after a few clicks after that, we get a couple clicks of Pulse Wave. Then, a little quick click back to Precision Strike, back to Pulse Wave, back to Penetrate Psychic Blast. Skip a click for when it comes to attack powers, back to Penetrate Psychic Blast, then Pulse Wave, then Psychic Blast, then Precision Strike, and then at the very end we cap things off with the special power, Colossal Retaliation, Child of Light and Darkness. As a free action, if no friendly characters have been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that attacked Dark Phoenix or damaged a friendly character since your last turn. Place Dark Phoenix such that she can make a close attack targeting the chosen character, then do so targeting all other characters, friendly or opposing, within 3 squares. Hit characters are given an action token and each dealt 2 penetrating damage instead of normal damage. Okay? Then on defense, we start off with a few clicks of Invincible. And I just want to note here, her starting defense value is 20. That is her printed defense for her first 2 clicks. But yeah, so Invincible for a few clicks, then we get a block of Impervious. Then we hit a stop click, Specks of Dust to Me. Like I said, it's a stop clicks of special, which means a special defense power, and continues her having impervious, but you have to stop turning the dial for it. Then we're back to invincible. Then impervious, drop to invulnerability for a couple clicks. Back to specks of dust. Back up to invincible, then impervious, then invincible, and then rounding out at the end with one final click of specks of dust. On damage, now damage actually is kind of light power-wise. We start off with a few clicks of probability control, then eventually pick up a couple clicks of range combat expert, which then segues to a couple clicks of outwit, and then eventually she clicks into a couple shape change clicks and back to outwit, then eventually picks probability control back up before her two next to last clicks end up with range combat expert. All in all, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, moving on. Let's see if we can get ourselves a chase. Okay. So got ourselves another toad. Okay. Oh, we got Legion. Got our scanner. Cannot remember how Legion works. If he's got a prime or what. Oh, okay. You got to go back and forth. Lovely. Okay. And we got ourselves another Deadpool. And a plain vanilla Sentinel. So okay. Sentinel. The two versions of Legion. And let's distribute our Okay, so we're going to start off with Legion. Now, first and foremost, let's go into who Legion is. Legion is the son of Charles Xavier, and as well as Gabriel Haller. Anyway, how exactly to explain Legion? Legion has dissociative personality disorder. and each of his personalities has a separate mutant power. For the longest time, it was never known what his actual mutant power was. And then along came the story Legion Quest, where we found out, oh, he can time travel. And he decided to go back in time and kill Magneto. So that, his father would be there to raise him. Instead, he accidentally killed his father, and, well, he ceased to exist, and the Age of Apocalypse happened. Years later, he would come back, and there would be more personalities. And he eventually, during the recent Uncanny X-Men relaunch, he kidnapped Multiple Man, and then basically stuck the personalities he had into Multiple Man. Yeah. Okay, so first off, we've got Legion, Fractured Savant. The title character comes in at 85 points, and he's got the X-Men X-Men keyword, no team abilities. Okay, so he starts off with 1 plot point. When he's KO'd, each opponent chooses 2 standard powers, and until your next turn, characters on that opponent's force can use those powers. So yeah, it's with title characters, it's best to do what you can to keep them alive. So his title character abilities: you add 1 plot point, or if you add 1 plot point, you've got I'm not in control. As a free action, choose 2 different standard powers. Then an opponent chooses one of those 2. Legion can use the power chosen by your opponent until your next turn. So the idea really kind of would be pick 2 that would work great for your plan, and then see which one your opponent picks, and kind of either way you're planning something good either way. So yeah, remove 1 plot point, or if you remove 1, you've got I'm trying to maintain control. As a free action, choose 2 standard powers. Legion can use the chosen powers until your next turn. Finally, removing 4 grants I am control. As a free action, Legion Fractured Savant can use all standard powers except Earthbound Neutralized and Battle Fury until the end of your next turn. Oh boy. Yeah. Now, usually when it's something like that, it's until the beginning of your next turn. But this is... So you could remove 4 plot points from him at the beginning of your turn. When he's at no action token, let's say, okay, he's now got all powers except for Earthbound Neutralized and Battle Fury. So he can't ignore Shape Change. But he can outwit it. If he's within range, he's like, outwit your Shape Change. Then I'm gonna run up and shoot you. Or I'm gonna outwit your Shape Change. I'm gonna perplex up my my damage, and then I'm gonna running shot out and hit you with Penetrating Psychic Blast. Oh, bye-bye. 5 damage. 5 penetrating damage. And hell, maybe even go as far as say, perplex up his attack some, even. Well, by someone else. So yeah, That's pretty awesome. So next up we've got just plain Legion. Legion comes in at 75 points, has the New Mutants keyword, and once again we've got a trait, We Are Legion. At the beginning of your turn, roll a d6, then you may add 1 or subtract 1 from the result. Then turn Legion's dial to that click number. He does not return to his initial click. You can't access click 0 in any other way, as he does have a 0 click. Yeah, he's got 7 regular clicks plus a 0 click. So yeah, with the D6 rolls, if you roll a 1, you can put them on click 0 by subtracting 1. If you roll a 6, you can add 1 and put them on click 12. Or, I mean, not 12, click 7. Maths. Okay, so looking at the dial, on speed, we got a special power, Escapee number 2, Chain. Looks like autonomous and flight. When this character hits with a close attack, after resolutions generate a chain bystander. Okay, now chain bystander has the same speed power as well. When it hits with a close attack, or it's autonomous flying, and when it hits with a close attack, you generate another chain bystander, and it's also got exploit weakness. Then we got a click of flurry, we got a click of mind control, click of charge, click of running shot. On attack, we've got energy explosion, we've got blades, claws, fangs, which coincides with flurry, I might add. We've got steel energy, which coincides with mind control, super strength to go with charge, pulse wave to go with running shot. On defense, we've got super senses, defend that goes with precision strike, special power, living voodoo doll. When Legion takes damage from an opponent's attack, while this power is displayed, after resolutions deal the attacker damage equal to the amount taken by Legion. Okay. That's on the same click as Blades and Flurry. We got invulnerability to go with the mind control and steel energy, invincible to go with super strength and charge, impervious to go with running shot and pulse wave. Damage, we open up with probability control, then we have exploit weakness to go with the chain click. We've got support to go with the defend and precision strike click. Perplex to go with the invincible, super strength and charge click. Back to prob for the running shot, pulse wave, impervious click. Now click 0. We've got sidestep, penetrating psychic blast, the Living Voodoo Doll special defense power, and probability control. And some very not bad stats. Legion is definitely going to be an interesting piece, that's for sure. Okay, and now we've got the Sentinel. It's your average run-of-the-mill Sentinel. So, Sentinel comes in at 33 points or 25 points. Now, we got ourselves 2 traits. First off, Knight of the Sentinels. If you paid 33 points for Sentinel at the beginning of the game, choose the starting line. If you paid 25 points for Sentinel, or it was brought into the game by another effect, roll a d6 to determine the starting line. On a 1, click 1. 2, click 4. 3, click 7. 4, click 10. 5, click 13. 6, click 16. Next up, Prime Directive. Sentinel may, at the beginning of your turn, Sentinel may move 1 square, and if an opposing character with the X-Men Brotherhood of Mutants keyword is on the map, it may move 1 additional square. Okay. If I didn't mention, it's got already the keywords are Sentinel and Robot. Alright, so we got 6, basically we have 6 2-click long dials, so let's take a look at each one. First off, we've got our first dial has charge, super strength, and invincible. You also for all of these we have indomitable, so Makes sense. Which makes sense. Second dial is stealth, special attack power, capture coils, plasticity, but affects all opposing characters within 3 squares in line of fire. Okay, all right. And invulnerability. Okay. Next up, running shot, penetrating psychic blast, and invulnerability. Followed up by the special speed power. Okay. Scratch that. Capture coil is the speed power. That special attack power from earlier is actually knockout gas, which is incapacitate. When Sentinel uses it as close, it may instead target all opposing characters within 3 squares in line of fire, regardless of adjacency. Okay. So yeah, okay. Alright, so the fourth dial starts off with capture coils, then we've got invulnerability and perplex. Fifth dial, we've got force blast on speed, invulnerability on defense, and ranged combat expert on damage. And the sixth dial, we start off with sidestep for speed, and vulnerability for defense, and close combat expert for damage. Okay, not terrible. I mean, for the fact it's 25 to 33 points. Okay, all right. Or 25 or 33, I should say. So yeah, I can't really complain too terribly much. And the whole idea is that they're supposed to just be, cannon fodder and die quick. So, moving on to the next booster. Oh, I got a pretty good idea what... Yep. Not gonna spoil the surprise by doing a brief happy dance. The Assassin's Guild. Morph. Regular morph. Okay. Alright. Cool. Kleinstock brother. And another Amelia Bot. Actually very happy about that. And it's the Juggernaut, bitch. Sorry, I had to. All right. Morph, Druggy, morph. Amelia. Kleinstocks and Assassin's Guild. Okay, so let's start off with Morph. Like as mentioned yesterday when we pulled the Prime, Morph was kind of a tragic character on the X-Men cartoon. The first episode, second, he got supposedly killed by the Sentinels. He's a shapeshifter, obviously, hence the name. So Morph comes in at 40 points. He's got the X-Men team ability as well as the X-Men and Spy keywords. We get a trait. Let me borrow that face. Shape change. When morph uses it and succeeds, you may choose the new target, but it must be another legal target if able. If the shape change roll was a 6, you may choose a character friendly to the attacking character. Again, target must be otherwise legal. Looking at the dial, we open up with a couple clicks of a special power, Trickster, Plasticity, Sidestep, and Stealth. This gives way to just regular Sidestep. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs, and that's it, really. On defense, we open up with nothing but click into Regeneration. On damage, we open up with a couple clicks of Perplex, which then gives way to a couple clicks of Outwit. It's nice to have both versions of them. Now, Juggernaut. Seriously, I love that sculpt. Absolutely love it. Okay, so Juggernaut comes in at 300, 200, or 100 points. He's got the Brotherhood team ability, as well as the Brotherhood of Mutants, Brute, and Mystical keywords. He's got 3 traits, as well as improved movement, ignores and destroys blocking terrain, and ignores characters. So, let's take a look at those traits. Like all other members of the Brotherhood, he has my mutant brothers and sisters, so when you remove a token from him, he can, other than clearing, he heals a click. Alright, cool. Next up, Mass Destruction. Super Strength. When Juggernaut is given a move action, after resolutions, destroy all adjacent pieces of blocking terrain, then he can use Quake at no cost. Alright. Actually, as I recall, that Mass Destruction trait originated on the Avengers Infinity Colossal Hulk. Which, in fact, this Juggernaut and that Hulk have been compared to one another online, kind of a okay, which is better? Finally, Citywide Rampage. If Juggernaut destroyed 3 or more pieces of blocking terrain during one of his actions, after resolutions, remove an action token from him. Okay, alright. Okay, so looking at the dial, we open up with a couple clicks of Charge, then a few clicks of Sidestep, a couple clicks of Charge, a couple of Sidestep. An actually pretty good block near the end of Charge, and finally on the last click, Sidestep. Nothing on attack. However, it should be noted that his attack values stay in the double digits the whole length of the dial. So we start off at a 13. The lowest that he gets to is a 10. He's going to be hard pressed to not hit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure I can pull that one off. You know, if I need to not hit, I'm pretty sure I can pull off that miss. But, you know. Now, on defense, first off, he's indomitable, which makes some sense, with him being, you know, unstoppable. We open up with a special defense power, Shielded by My Helmet. Gives him colossal stamina and invincible. So he takes a maximum of 3 damage from any attack. And he reduces damage by 2, and can reduce penetrating damage. So, we got those 2. And then we've got Protected, Incapacitate, Mind Control, Outwit, and Pulse Wave. Yeah, he's not going to be... He's going to be kind of just shrugging off a lot of damage. Luckily, well, for what it's worth, he's not... Well, he can reduce penetrating damage penetrate psychic blast, and exploit weakness will still do damage to him. You just have to, make sure you're doing 5 damage. Alright, so we got a very good sized block of that, then a couple clicks of regular invincible, back to protected by the helmet, another click of invincible, a couple clicks of impervious, and finally a couple clicks of invulnerability. Not bad. On damage, he's got, first off, he's a giant, so he can reach an extra square out. We start off with nothing. We got a block of 3 clicks of a 3-click block of Close Combat Expert, then a couple blank clicks, and then we get a 2-click block of Close Combat Expert. Then we get 5 straight blank clicks, and the final click he's got, once again, Close Combat Expert. That is Juggernaut. And I gotta say, I'm very glad they made him an uncommon, because it would be very easy to say, yeah, we're gonna make him a rare colossal, but same with Nimrod. The last Nimrod figure that was done was for the Days of Future Past Gravity Feed, which was well before the movie came out. And yeah, it's a great figure. It's just, it costs a lot to buy because it was a chase. Moving on to our next to last booster. Oh boy! Already see what what the colossal is. Anyway, one. We got another Guard Commander, another Callisto. Fabian Cortez. And yes, all right. And we got Fantasia. As for the Colossal, that was making me kind of crap myself a little bit. We've got Krakoa, the mutant, the living island. Also, the new home of mutant kind. Should be noted, this is actually the first time that WizKids has attempted to make a Krakoa figure. A few years ago, there was a Krakoa map. But yeah, no Krakoa figure. Okay. Cortez. Callisto and another Guard Command. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've probably maxed out our super rares for this brick. If we get another one, I will be legitimately shocked. Alright, so we'll start with Fantasia. So, who is Fantasia? Alright, so Fantasia, there's her sculpt. Fantasia is a member of the Brotherhood of Mutants from the 90s. she was kind of in that era of, hey, can maybe we find some weird stuff to do power-wise? But she never really got to catch on too well because the Brotherhood line she was with really didn't go up against, didn't go up against the X-Men proper. X-Force. Oh, yeah, they went up against X-Force a few times. But, yeah. Anywho, so she comes in at 60 points. She's got the Brotherhood keyword, or team ability and the Brotherhood keyword. And we got 2 traits. First off is my mutant brothers and sisters. And then we've got electromagnetic harmonizing. When Fantasia hits one or more opposing characters with an attack, choose one to last until your next turn. Hit characters gain immobile, or hit characters modify attack -1, or hit characters modify defense -1. If all hit characters have the armor or robot keyword, choose 2 instead. Okay, alright. Against a Sentinel team, she could be potentially mean. Like the best kind of mean, too. So, looking at her dial, we've got a full run of the special speed power, electromagnetic masking. Sidestep, stealth. When it's not your turn and Fantasia has no action tokens, all clear lines of fire drawn to her are hindered instead. So, stealth. So she basically, if she has no action tokens and it's not your turn, she's in stealth. Interesting though, she does not have a means herself of removing a token. Okay. Anyway, looking at her dial, we have a few clicks of incapacitate followed by a couple clicks of precision and strike. On defense, we get a few clicks of super senses followed by a couple clicks of willpower. On damage, we open up with shape change, then hit outwit, then perplex, then back to outwit, and back to perplex. Okay, alright. That is Fantasia. Alright. Now we've got Krakoa. Love that sculpt. Just love it. Well, the palm tree drawn on his back, too. Like, seriously. This is a work of friggin' art. Okay, so Krakoa here comes in at 600, 400, 150, or 70 points. Okay, we got the monster keyword, and we have 1 trait. The flora needs to feed. Steel energy. Opposing characters that occupy or are adjacent to its hindering terrain markers must break away as if breaking away from Krakoa, and it may target them with a close attack regardless of adjacency. Okay, so apparently we make hindering terrain markers, which if opposing characters are adjacent to, occupying or adjacent to, make them adjacent to Krakoa for the purposes of Krakoa attacking them. Okay. So, looking at the dial, it is a long one. It goes all the way to the one click of KO. So we open up with a couple clicks of stealth, followed by a few clicks of the special speed power, Entangling Vines, which grants flurry, phasing teleport, and plasticity. Okay. Oh. Then after Entangling Vines, we get a couple clicks of sidestep, back to Entangling Vines, back to stealth, back to sidestep, back to Entangling Vines, then back to stealth, vines, stealth. Okay. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of Quake, then a few clicks of Poison, back to Quake, then Blades, then back to Quake, back to Poison, back to Blades, Poison, Quake, Blades, Quake, Blades. Defense, Krakoa's indomitable. Makes sense. Built-in willpower. Then we've got a couple clicks of invincible, a few clicks of impervious, a couple clicks of vulnerability, another click of invincible, a few more impervious, a few more invulnerability, another click of invincible, a couple impervious, a few invulnerability, one final click of invincible, and then a few clicks of toughness. Finally, on damage, we open up with a special power, Colossal Retaliation, the Living Land. So it's Colossal Retaliation power, so free action. If no other character's been placed this turn, choose an opposing character that attack Krakoa or damage a friendly character since your last turn. Then place Krakoa adjacent such that it can make a close attack targeting a chosen character and then do so using Quake at no cost. If you did, after resolutions, generate hindering terrain markers in all squares Krakoa occupied at the beginning and end of this action. Okay, alright, so there's our hindering terrain markers. Okay. But we got a pretty decently long block of that, followed by a few clicks of Close Combat Expert, then another block of Colossal Retaliation, followed by a couple more clicks of Close Combat Expert, and another long block of Colossal Retail. Ooh. Yeah, Krakoa is going to be Krakoa's a beast. Plain and simple. Okay. And now, our final booster. At this point, I've pretty much given up any hope of getting a chase. But, hey, you know what? I'm not really complaining because I got some damn good figures. So, yeah. Alright. Okay. Got another. Alright, so that's another Graydon Creed. Another Beast. Okay, I did get a chase. I did get a chase. And it was one of the ones I wanted. Emma Frost. Okay, alright. And... Are you shitting me? Another Wolverine. Also, another Green Dragon Puff. Ooh. A little surprised that there was no rare. But, oh well. Alright, so... Graydon Creed... Beast and Wolverine. Okay. Over here, and now we focus on Emma. So, Emma Frost, and her arm's a little drooped because of soft plastic, and yeah. So, Emma Frost comes in at 75 points. She has the Hellfire Club and Ruler keywords, and she has 2 traits. First off, Inner Circle Club, White Queen. Emma Frost has Protected, Outwit. Also, Mind Control. When Emma uses it as range, modify attack +1, and she may instead target any number of characters of lower point value. They must still be opposing him within range and line of fire. Okay. Next up is Mental Blocks. Friendly characters can't be targeted by opposing characters that are more than 6 squares away from them. Okay, alright. Looking at the dial, we have a couple clicks of stealth, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep, and then back to a couple clicks of stealth. On attack, in the middle of the dial, we've got a couple clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast. Not too shabby. On defense, we open up with a special power, Long Live the Queen. Energy Shield Deflection and Mastermind. Okay. That gives way to a couple clicks of Super Senses, followed by a couple clicks of regular Mastermind. Finally, on damage, we get 3 clicks of Outwit, but it's click of Outwit, click of nothing, Outwit, nothing, Outwit, nothing. And that, well, that's it for this. That's it for this unboxing series. So yeah, as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to have, there will definitely be some related content to some of the stuff pulled here, namely, we might be looking at the Onslaught. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. Possibly also comparing the various Sentinel figures. Yeah, but that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I put new content. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying live long and rock hard. Sorry about the noisy chair.